We recently got a look at some of the skins that Blizzard is considering, and they might reveal some of the future season themes. Let's have a look. As you might have seen on the Omnic post over on Twitter, Threads or Instagram, Blizzard sent out a survey to some of their players. Among a set of other questions, they asked players how interested they are in certain sets of skins. These questions included some high-level concept art, quick sketches made by the concept artists outlining what some of these skins could look like. And Twitter user Mochi shared some of those concepts, and it looks like a few of those could work really well. Now, as I said, these are high-level concepts, so I don't think that they're too far along with these skins. But they do give us an idea on what future season themes they might be thinking of, since in that survey they often showed off skins that have a similar theme. Now, I don't think that we'll see any of these later this year. I think at earliest these are 2025 seasons. But I'm going to run over all of them and see if these skins could make a good theme, and what else we could expect from said season. I'm going to keep the best one for last, my favorite, and possibly the most interesting idea I've seen for Overwatch skins ever. But let's start out with the nature-based skins. Well, nature fantasy. Mythical creatures that have a nature-based look to them, like fairies, elves, ants, gnomes. You know, the whole fairy tale thing. It is a team that already has a few skins in the game, like the Forest Spirit Orisa, and Reinhardt also has that one skin that makes him look like the Green Giant. So the chance that they'll expand on all of this one day is rather big. They clearly like it. And that could result in some really beautiful skins. But overall, this is not the theme I'm most excited for. On the other hand, if they would kind of spruce up one of the maps, give it this nature look, that could add something new to the game. Because let's be honest, most of the maps that we play have a rather urban feel to them. They're all cities, villages. Anyways, we also got to see some 1920s themed skins. It was a rather iconic period, especially in the West. So there is a lot that they can do with this. They could make it a mystery detective and lean into the gangster theme. Or they could choose the high society. Posh, fancy, the perfect time to bring back the Paris map, I don't know, as an escort map. The thing is that Paris has a lot of that typical Art Nouveau architecture, and we can see a lot of it in the attacker spawn back on the old 2CP map. Next up were the pyjama themed skins. To be honest, I don't think this is going to result into a seasonal theme. I mean, never say never. A dream season could be cute. But I've noticed that throughout the seasons, they have these skins that they use as filler. And I don't mean this in a bad way. They could still be nice looking skins. They're just skins that share a similar theme with some other skins that we've seen in other seasons. Like the toxic skins, for instance. We saw a lot of those last year. And more recently, we've seen more pyjama skins. What I think that happened here is that they had a few of these concepts of toxic and pyjama themed skins, but they never figured out how to turn them into a proper theme for the whole season. Or maybe they already had another theme that they were working on that was a little too close to this idea. Like for instance, the toxic theme is visually pretty close to this zombie team that they showed off this week. And there's just a lot more interesting stuff that you can do with zombies than the more general toxic, even in Overwatch. See what I did there? Because a lot of players in Overwatch can be toxic. Yeah, okay. Never mind. Just tried to make a joke. I'm actually pretty excited about the whole zombie idea, especially in the way that they used them in this concept art. And there's a simple reason for that. I never grew up. In my head, I'm still that 12-year-old boy that is drawing zombies. But who cares? Bring it, Blizzard. Give me Zombie Reinhardt. Another team that I'm looking forward to is the Demon Hunter team, or the Vampire Hunter team, or the Witch Hunter team. I don't know. It's one of those three. I don't care what they call it. This Cassidy skin looks insanely good. The Diva mech. What the hell? This whole Castlevania Gothic aesthetic it just works. It could end up in some of the best skins that we've seen in Overwatch, especially if they release this around Halloween. Come on. There's also a more kind of tuned down version of those skins, a little more prone to daylight, like the Victorian skins. I know some people are going to love these, especially in Asia. They seem to be very fond of these types of skins. Us Europeans, you know, my granddad's granddad, his granddad probably dressed like that. Mr. Fancy Pants. The Racer team, on the other hand, is a little more modern, and it probably is a style that is going to work a little better on the other side of the world, on the west side. I mean, yeah, car racing is beloved all over the world, but these skins kind of feel a little more NASCAR than they do Formula 1. And some of it even feels like it's bike racing or something. Whatever they do with this, if we don't get like a racing mini game, I'm going to be very disappointed. They have been teasing this for years now with Trace's highlight intro, with Kiriko always talking about her bike. Anyways, moving on. One of the teams that a lot of people seem to be very fond of, judging by the comments on my tweet and whatnot, is the food skins. For me, they're going on the same pile as Toxic and Pyjama. I don't think we're going to get a whole season out of this, but as separate skins, most definitely. I mean, Cake Heart, yeah, I call it. And Pizza Sigma, they look, delicious, I guess. But apart from making me hungry, I don't think there's like something bigger to build on, not a complete seasonal theme. By the way, did you notice that Sigma is throwing tomatoes and garlic or onions? Yeah, that is definitely going to work. Tomato stains are really hard to get out of your armor. I know that from experience. Alright, the last one, that big one that I was talking about earlier. Noir. You know how to pronounce that? Yeah. Alright, I'll move on. No, seriously, look at these concepts. All of them. They all look amazing. They're all inspired by that movie style from the late 40s. And Frank Miller used that same kind of style in Sin City, an iconic movie and a comic. They could do some amazing stuff with, I don't know, special shaders, effects with these skins. I also feel like this set kind of pushes the boundaries of the heroes that we know without kind of harming the core identity. I would buy him now. I really hope this one gets picked up. It is going to be an expensive month though. Could you imagine the animated short and maybe they redo a version of King's Row in that noir style? We got a bit of a glimpse of what the future might look like when it comes to seasonal themes. And an emphasis on the might here because, you know, these are just high-level concepts. You might not pick up any of these, except for Noir, because otherwise I'm going to riot. For now, however, that was it. A huge thank you to my patrons. I could not make these videos without you guys. You have my eternal gratitude. Click it. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye-bye.